All right, let's talk about it. If you've ever tried to learn Spanish, you've run straight into the final boss, the subjunctive. It's that one thing that seems to trip up pretty much everyone. But you know what? It really doesn't have to be that hard. The secret isn't about memorizing a million different rules. It's about finding the code. And today, we're going to crack this thing wide open. Oh, yeah, it can definitely feel impossible. All of a sudden, there's this whole other set of verb endings that seems to come out of absolutely nowhere. And you're probably thinking, "Ugh, why do I even have to deal with this?" Well, believe it or not, it's the key to unlocking a whole new level of expression.
And that's the key right there. We're not going to sit here and memorize a bunch of random rules. No, we're going to treat this like a code because once you understand the system behind it, everything else just clicks into place.
Okay, so here's clue number one. And honestly, this is probably the biggest mental hurdle you need to get over. The subjunctive is not about when something happens. That's what a tense is for, like past, present, future. The subjunctive is all about how the speaker feels about what's happening. It's a mood. Think of it like this. It's for all the gray areas in life, all the wishes, the doubts, the emotions, the what-ifs. So for just a second, forget everything you know about timelines. We're not talking about past, present, or future. We're talking about feelings, about perspective. Getting this is the absolute foundation for everything else. So if that was our first major clue, this next piece is the master key. This one single rule is going to unlock how to form the subjunctive for the vast, vast majority of verbs. You ready for this? Because it's going to change everything. And here it is. It is so simple. It's basically a swap meet for vowels. Verbs that end in AR, they're going to steal the endings from ER verbs, the ones that start with an E. And the verbs that end in ER or IR, you guessed it, they're going to grab the AR verb endings, the ones that start with an A. It's that clean of a switch. Okay, so we have the master key. Now let's actually put it in the lock and see how this thing works. We're going to build these verbs step by step, right from the ground up. It's a simple three-step formula. That's it. First, you take the normal, everyday yo form of the verb, like for hablar, it's hablo. Step two, you chop off that final O. So now we have our stem, habl. And step three, you just slap on those opposite endings we just talked about. The logic works every time. And look at how cleanly this plays out in practice. Take hablar, which is an AR verb. See how all the endings are based on E? Hable, hables, hable. Now look over at comer and vivir. They're ER and IR verbs, so they get the A endings. Coma, comas, coma. And viva, vivas, viva. See? The pattern holds perfectly. Okay, I can already hear you asking, but wait, what about those tricky stem-changing verbs? That's a great question. And the answer is they follow the exact same rule. Pensar becomes piense. Contar becomes cuente. But, and this is important, there's one little exception. The nosotros and vosotros forms, they're the rebels. They don't get the stem change. So it's pensemos, not piensemos. All right, now sometimes you have to make a little spelling adjustment. But here's the thing. It's not random. It's all about one thing, sound. You have to preserve the original sound of the verb. So for a verb like buscar, you need to keep that hard k sound. If you just change the ending, you'd get busé, which sounds like busé. That's wrong. So the C changes to a Q to become busqué. It's just a fix to keep the pronunciation right. Okay, look, every system has its rebels, right? Every code has a few exceptions you just gotta know. These are the big six, the most common irregular verbs that don't follow the rules. There's no secret trick here, you just have to memorize these guys. Ser becomes si, ir becomes vaya. The good news is, they're so common, you'll pick them up really fast just by using them. But wait, there's another awesome shortcut for a lot of other irregular verbs. Basically, if a verb is weird in the yo form in the present tense, like tener is tengo or hacer es hago, it's going to be weird in the subjunctive, and it uses that same weird stem. So tengo gives you the stem for tenga, hago gives you the stem for haga. If you know the yo form, you already know the subjunctive stem. It's a game changer. Okay, deep breath. We've cracked the how. That's half the battle. Now for the second half of the code. When do you actually use this stuff? For that, we've got a whole new set of mission triggers. And our guide is a friendly acronym. And this really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You can know how to form all these verbs perfectly, but if you don't know when to actually use them, it's kind of pointless. Well, the answer isn't some feeling you have to guess. It's about looking for specific triggers in a sentence.
And I want you to meet your new field guide. It's an acronym called WEIRDO. Seriously, each letter stands for a different kind of trigger. So if the first part of your sentence expresses a wish, an emotion, an impersonal expression, a recommendation, doubt, or uses the word ojalá, bam! That's your signal. That's your cue to deploy the subjunctive. Hear it? Quiero que. That's a wish. Me alegra que. That's emotion. These are your triggers.
Okay, let's put all the pieces together. We've gathered the clues, we've found the master key, and now we know the mission triggers. This is it. The complete system, from start to finish, all laid out.
And it all boils down to this one simple flowchart. Seriously, this is your new best friend. You start with the yo form, drop the o, add the opposite endings. Then you just do a quick check for the special cases. Does it have a stem change? A spelling change? Is it one of the big six? This system is going to work for you like 99% of the time. The code, it's cracked.
You see, the subjunctive isn't just some boring grammar rule you have to memorize for a test. It's a tool. It lets you express nuance, personality, the rich tapestry of human feeling. Now that you have the code, you can do so much more than just state facts. You can express hope, doubt, emotion, all the stuff that makes conversations real. So the only question left is, what will you say first?